Alright, one sec. Let me go to the bathroom real quick. Alright. What's up, everyone? What's up, Mina-san? YouTube's processing my Ganyu video, my Ganyu team video. Oh, it's almost done. So once I have that, I will work on an end card real quick, and then after that, I can swap over also. What's up, Ghostin? Yeah, what's up, guys? Hope you guys enjoy the stream. Hopefully I have enough stuff to farm. All I can do like a boss. I could probably do like a boss real quick. Oh. Okay. But yeah, this is the team I've been using. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, I'm pressing R, not E. Well, he died anyway. 3K subs. We're working our way. So, we're working up there. Let's see. Let's see if he can hit it. If he can hit it, that'd be awesome. I'm not expecting to hit it anytime soon, but it'd be awesome if I could, but... What's up, Ren? Sorry about that. I was just looking at something. I gotta help a professor out with this course for next semester, for this coming semester. It starts after Tuesday because of MLK. So... Fire off the Venti burst, I guess. Oh, did it? Oh, nice. Funny enough, like, Diona... I forgot to say in the video, but Diona pretty much also offers a continuous... obviously, it's not as effective as Ganyu's continuous cryo application, but it's a lot smaller. But it is technically another continuous cryo, so you can technically pop Diona as well, and then just go in. It's sort of like combos in. That's why I like Diona as well. You can definitely run Bennett, but... dismantle the training equipment. Okay. So the simplest way you could do this is... That's the simplest way you can do it. And you kind of extend the combo, essentially. So if you guys have no idea what I just did, essentially what happens is that Mona's Omen effect doesn't actually happen when the burst... Well, when the burst procs. The timer starts when you pop the bubble. However, the Omen effect will last starting when Mona pops the burst. Starting when Mona immediately uses her burst. So, essentially, as long as you don't pop the bubble, you can continue the Omen effect longer than what it says. And so what you can do is if you can continually freeze it, you cannot an enemy you can the bubble will not pop. So you set up a so there are two things you'll need. You'll need a continuous cryo applicator and you'll need a continuous hydro applicator. And their Mona's obviously Mona offers a continuous hydro applicator two ways. The E using her elemental skill, which is not as long, it only lasts like a couple seconds, but it does buy you some extra time. Or you can use, in this team, you could swap out Diona, I guess, but you lose your another crab applicator. But you can use like someone like like Barbara as well, which can continually apply that Hydro effect. Or you can absorb Venti's burst skill for a Hydro to continually apply the Hyro status. And then you use someone like Ganyu, you can continually apply the Cryo status, and that keeps the enemies frozen. And you keep this damage bonus, which you can just pop with Ganyu. Especially if you aren't running Amos, it's a very good way for you to get extra damage in. So, you already got her? I mean, I've got Ganyu like a while ago. But essentially, what this does is just allow your team to bump out way more damage. And depending on your team, it's probably going to be better than Bennett. But having Bennett on there is good too. Also, I also considered Bennett as like a combo finisher unit. It's a character that you end the combo with, essentially. But you know, Mona doesn't have to even stay out in the field that long either. You can just have her as a Withsith user and just kind of go in. Do you think Ganyu is stacking up against a Luke and Klee Kaching damage? Yes. For the actual melt build though, I think that she just needs a little bit better pyro support at the moment than just Bennett and Shanling. Sorry, I forget that she exists sometimes, but you know. I have a question. What side do I run? Firework, Beto, and official? Thunder Soother. It's actually a good comp. Funny enough, I think even myself thought it was like a meme at first, but it's actually like the Beto fish. But it's actually really good. No kidding. It's actually really good. Will you ever do giveaways? Yes, I will make a video next week talking about it. I'm gonna do a $100 giveaway. I'm not gonna roll on someone's account because that's just dumb. And I don't want to openly break TOS like that. So what I am going to do is I'm going to do like $100, and the winner gets to decide how I get to give it. I have a couple options, and the winner gets to decide how I give the money. I'll do like PayPal. I can do like Amazon gift card. I can do Google Play, iOS, PlayStation. So I'll just give them that, and then they could just get it themselves. I'm not going to go roll on their account, though. That's just a bunch of trouble. So what the person is a kid, they get an Amazon gift card then, or Google Play. I mean, I don't know what else I could do. I don't want someone to give me their account. That's not that doesn't have credit cards and stuff. I mean, you can just, you know, buy it on Google Play. If you have a phone that's capable of running Genshin, or like you play on, I mean, how are they playing anyway? They have a gaming PC? That's their problem, not mine. If they don't have a way of getting it, then obviously, you know, they probably shouldn't enter in the giveaway, but, you know. There's really no way I can go around it. Just don't want to give away without making content. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to put, like, bots. Bots are obviously going to enter the giveaway. There's no way around it. Someone's going to enter, like, in the 600 bots, and that kind of ruins the fun of things. Unfortunately, why giveaways kind of suck, because technically it's illegal to do giveaways without a pay-in, obviously, like a subscriber only. So it kind of sucks, because what ends up happening is now you have a bunch of bots make accounts. It's just kind of dumb. They should really update the law to fit with the modern age. Oh, well, rip. Like, they should, you know, the FTC should really update their the laws about that. Like, that's so dumb. Because what ends up happening is that when you want to do like a fair and fun giveaway, you have to include everyone, obviously, and then obviously someone could just maliciously enter in like 600 bots and fuck up your giveaway. And so the one that ends up winning is a bot. So, you know. Get a Visa gift card, it's universal. Can you even do that online? Okay, well, I'll consider doing that. Then. Can you even, like, you'd have to give, like, the, I mean, yeah, I can try that, I guess. I mean, I'm just farming whatever. But I'm waiting for the YouTube video to process so I can get it out now. My Ganyu video. But yeah, like 99% of the time you do an online giveaway, 100%, I'll 100% guarantee you that you'll find at least like 100 bots. Alright, check my video real quick. Check on my video. Okay, it's checking. Okay. Finished that. Let me quickly just add in an end card. It finished processing. So let me import from my latest video, which will lead toward my character showcases, I guess. It's more like a team showcase, but whatever. Okay, cool. It's got to check for monetization. I'm just using the monetization just to pay for the videos themselves. Like, I don't really care about the money, to be honest. It's nice and it helps me out. But at the same token, I don't necessarily need it. But it would be nice so I can at least not lose money making videos. Right now, I'm actually losing money making videos, funny enough. Because I have to pay the person who helps me edit these videos. So, funny. So, like, some videos can be pretty expensive. I think I'm definitely overpaying him. I feel like I'm definitely overpaying him on some videos. Like, $50 on some videos. Like, yeah. It's a bit of a yikes. But... totally not referring to a certain other person. Smashed, you know, kind of rhymes with smashed. Mashed potato. I mean, I do have somewhat of a selfish reason for making the videos in the first place. I did actually originally do it to make my YouTube channel grow bigger. No, my Twitch. That was the original reason. The original reason why I made this channel was to actually grow my Twitch channel. It's kind of selfish, but whatever. I need the Favonius on her so bad, dude. She could be so good. This team would be so good with Favonius weapons, especially with Cryo Resonance up. Like, holy crap. If she's running like a cryo set, she can almost always get it off though, and that'd be insane. If Diona's always capable of getting the effect off, then it'd be so good. I'm actually considering running it, like running a Diona. If I do run Diona with Favonius, I may not even need Ganyu with this, and I can just run an attack piece on her. Like, I'm honestly seriously considering that. But yeah, I can just show you guys, like, the quick combo. So you fire off Mona Burst, Ganyu Burst into Mona E into Mona Burst into a bunch of attacks. And it pretty much doesn't matter at that point. Venti just kind of makes it easier, kind of simplifies things. But what you can do is do this, into that, into that, into that, into that, And he's dead. And if you're fast enough, you can probably get it back. If you run Diona with Favonius, you could probably get it. If you run double Favonius weapon, you could easily get back into that combo. It's pretty disgusting. Like you could pretty much set up that one combo. If you run like a Bennett, you could also help you break those shields. That's not even the best combo. If you do Venti, it's even better. Because then you may have to adjust the order a bit. So you run Venti, and then you absorb the Hydro with the Mona's E, and then you go Ganyu, and then you go Mona. That's like it's like a combo you can kind of set up very quickly too, especially if you run Favonius on both people, and it's very reliable because you can extend now that you extended the duration of at most you get it for 2 seconds. That's possibly an extra arrow you just got 60% on. So you give yourself like 3 arrows, you get a 60% bonus on. It's like pretty good. So it kind of makes freeze quite good, actually, like quite good. But yeah, freeze is very much an underrated aspect of this game. Everyone's so addicted to melt and vape, they don't understand the other comps like are so valuable too. Except overloaded. Fuck that one. The only thing that overload has that benefits is pretty much that it staggers enemies. That's the one thing I like about overloaded comps. Other than that, they're like, bleh. They break shields, I guess. If that's something. But yeah, you can easily get spam burst with this comp. It's just kind of disgusting. Unfortunately, there is a downside with this comp. And if you really run to a bunch of cryo enemies that you just want to take out, you can just switch Bennett in for Diona, and you can run a pyro that can help easily mitigate that issue. But yeah, I can just go back into it. So if you pop in Ganyu E, Ganyu burst, Mona E into Mona burst, into that, and then to that, into that. See the bubble hasn't popped yet. There you go, bubble popped. Now it's 5 seconds. See, like that omen lasts a lot longer, and then since I have so much energy regen, I can pretty much almost go right back in. That's how it's so good. But yeah, like this is floor 9 with this team was awful. Floor 9 and 10 was a disaster. Unfortunately, I ran it anyway with a 36-star clear. In my video, I did a whole 36-star clear with this team on the first half of every single one. It was a nightmare. 9 and 10 were nightmares. Like, because a huge majority of 9 is just cryo slimes and a cryo bis mages, which is disgusting for this team because this team almost has no way to get rid of that. Like, pretty much Venti and Mona, and Mona is like absolutely ass in taking out shields, those cryo shields. She's really good at taking out hydro shields, but it's not cryo. The shield hill literal? Oh, that's no problem. Oh no, getting through the shield is pretty easy. You can also petrify them. The only character that offers a strong Geo and a so like Zhongli is very special. His petrify actually provides a Geo aura. There are no characters in this game that currently offer Geo auras besides him. There is no character. While they're petrified, enemies have a Geo aura. Can I see your Venti build? Yeah. I warn you, it's pretty whale. This flower is insane, though. I'm just pretty happy about this flower. My feather. I actually swapped out the feather. This is my original feather. Here's my timepiece. Timepiece is pretty sick, dude. Not gonna lie on that one. This is like a perfect like Xiao piece to run, possibly. Here's my cup. Pretty good as well. And here's my hat. It's okay. The hat's okay. I'm not really that thrilled about the hat, but I need to run it for my 4-piece. The specific stats on my Venti. What's up, Pedro? What's up, man? doing here instead of Twitch? Yeah, I just thought I'd give it a shot, you know. Change of pace. Quick change of pace. I'm uploading my current video anyway. My current Ganyu team build video. So that's currently well, it finished processing and now it's doing the monetization checking. You know, do you think Xiao's potential is going to be locked in his constellations? No. If it is, it's going to be in C6. His C6 looks pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Like, I wouldn't... Okay, here's my thoughts on C6, though. The C6, basically, I would use it as a way to get your charges back. Like, quickly get charges back on it. If you can just recharge back his stock, it'd just be so nice. And so you can, like, instead of having to wait, like, 20 seconds to get both charges, you can kind of just, like, get both instantly. That's not really how they want you to do it, but it would also give you energy. Because keep in mind, once you go out of burst, you can use those charges to get back energy. Because Xiao does not generate any particles while in his form. So, getting energy with him is going to be quite the hassle to get him back into burst. So your job as Xiao is to pretty much get into burst as fast as possible and mitigate and recover from the negative aspects of the ability. So that's your goal as Xiao. Your goal as a Xiao player. So what you want to do is you want to have fast healers. People like Jean are obviously ideal for this, but Barbara's also pretty decent. Bennett's not terrible as long as you have a bunch of HP for the faster regen. Chi-Chi is like pretty bad, but I guess you could like you can use burst, I guess, but burst is really expensive. You can use 6 times. I forgot. I need to read through the ability again, to be honest. Yeah. Alright, so... Let me... Alright, I will try to get the full combo off. It's kind of... Hopefully they don't die. My main issue with this, if I run the full combo, is that they die. Like, these guys all die by the time I get the full combo off. So, I'll do the non-full combo. So, fire off this. Well, if she doesn't get slapped hard... Oh my god, dude. Mona got slapped, dude. Oh god, Mona's iframes take a bit to get used to again. It's been a while since I've used her. Skyward Spine is really good. People sleep on it. People like Jade Spear. I may end up running Jade Spear on him anyway, just because I can afford to run it. I think I'm going to have enough. I'm going to have 3 Anemo characters, so I'll have a shit ton of Anemo particles. It won't be too necessary. I may run, and in that case, I still may run a bunch of ER on substats, but I'll probably run Jade Spear as my main weapon. I probably will end up running Jade Spear in mine. Just because I can afford it, though, because I am running 3 Anemo characters at that point. I could show you best Battle Pass weapon, the bow. The bow's OP. Bow sets up so many characters really well. It's essentially a mini Venti. Mini Venti. It's like a much smaller Wind's Grand Ode, which is Venti's burst, but it's still really good on some characters, especially like Ganyu. You could fire off the shot and then have enemies all condense in clump into one position, which sets up your burst really well. Same with Child. You can pretty much gather everyone in the Riptide immediately and slap them all for a bunch of damage. It's really good. Oof, rip. But, like, the combo potential is really good with that weapon. I think it's easily the best weapon out of all the entire bunch. Because the effect is actually so good. Yes, the range of it is really small, but it's not too difficult to take advantage of it still. So, the Vertisan Hunt is just such a good weapon. Unfortunately, I don't have it, but I have 3 harps, so I can kind of make up for not having it. But other people may want to definitely consider it. But yeah, currently my video, my latest video is just finishing the monetization processing on it. So, you know, just want to set up monetization real quick. I also need to modify some of the settings on it. So like, I only want to do pre-roll. I don't want to do mid-roll. I don't want to let YouTube decide when they want to randomly put an ad in the video. So, can you show your Jingcho real quick, please? Yeah. I can show my Jingcho. Here's his stats. They're okay. There's my ER around 190. Decent attack. He's running an R5 Sacrificial Sword, which is really nice for him. In some cases, I can actually pump out, like, 40k damage with this thing, like, instantaneously. Because of the sacrificial effect. And I'm running a Noblesse. Noblesse and some trash. And it works pretty damn well. Dude, this goblet I got is so good. This timepiece is like so good. I'm like, holy shit. I'm running this thing. So mine is Constellation 6 and mine 10, 11. I have the tail to level it up. I just don't have the books. Maybe I'm nah, I'm gonna get Mona's Last Ascension tomorrow. That's the priority number 1. Priority number 1 is getting that final ascension. So I can take advantage of the energy recharge. It might be enough to have her reliably get into burst a little better, because she's like kind of close, but it may just be good enough. Probably not, but at least it won't be as bad as right now. Damage ratio important for him, or should I focus on energy recharge? You should try to get like an 180 plus ER on him. Ideally, especially with Sack Sword. Like, Sack Sword is just so good with him, especially if you have high refinement on it. It's like so massive. The thing is, like, Jingcho has like a 16-second cooldown, and if you can immediately proc it again, there's a reason why it's on a long cooldown. It does a shit ton of damage, and you get like a bunch of protection from it. But like, they all they care about is the shit ton of damage part, and it's 2 hits, so each of them can crit. So, and the modifiers are like pretty much like half skills. It's just so good. Oh, kind of just like died. Okay. Actually 21. Oh yeah. It's like extremely long. If you don't have Mona, Jingcho, good alternative for support for Ganyu. It's okay. It's just a lot more wonky, but you would have to like time it right. So. Are you kidding me, dude? Okay, wait. What artifacts do you use on my Mona? I'm using a 2-piece Hydro, 2-piece Noblesse, I believe, currently. Yeah. I mean, Diona's running the 4-piece Noblesse. And then, arguably, you really want the Width on her. If you get the EM, it kind of sucks. So you may want to run Bennett, I guess, if you really want to take advantage of that EM. I don't really care about it, the EM, to be honest. So... But if I get more elemental damage or I get more attack, I'm fine with either. Like, I don't really care about either. Like, they both is pretty much allow me to, like, quickly E into burst, and then all that damage comes in. I'll take it. Can I replace Diona for Bennett? Yes, you can. I'm making a video right now. Currently, it's just doing some last-minute processing for monetization for ads, because you know, I'm in monetizing that video, but I'm trying to like make it as least intrusive. I'm only doing like the pre-roll stuff, no mid-roll crap or no post-roll. So it's just helping me pay for the videos. I have to pay an editor for these, so it just I tried not to go too much in net negative on these things, like, you know. So it does basically, I don't really care about like Patreon or some bullshit like that, but it does help. I will not lie. All right. Is it done yet? Still ads pending. Wish that the game get me Atlas. Atlas is still good. I would still run Atlas on her. Atlas is fine, dude. What about the stats build for Mona? My Mona is like kind of like built like this. So 179. So I'd take like 184 on the ER. The hell, you're a YouTube streamer now? Monka W. There we go. Yeah, I'm having someone help me with the videos editing. The one that actually makes all the content, and I try to like write the scripts. I think the best thing about my videos is just my presentation, like my presentation, not the editing. The editing's fine. It's like I don't think it's like top tier by any means, but I don't think it's like trash either. He does a pretty decent job. But the one thing I really don't like in my videos. It's just me. It's me. It's not nobody else's fault. It's just my own. So, I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to get better at it. I'm slowly am. I'm trying to just get more accustomed to it. It's just, this is my first time doing it. And arguably, for most of my life, I've pretty much been a very introverted type of person. When I was younger, I was so scared to call someone on the phone, like call a friend over to come out and play, hang out when I was younger. So, I'm just trying to get used to it. So I stutter a lot, I struggle, but you know what? That's just learning, I guess. Is almost both good for Tartaglia official. Yes, it's their second best weapon, besides harp. Do they fit together? Kaching, Cheat, Ganyu, Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi's okay. She's not really that good of a character, but that's solid. I mean, Superconduct team. Honestly, you should probably just keep it. But they somewhat fit, I guess. You can make like a Superconduct team. You're gonna have to run like Kachinga's more of like a physical unit then. But it's not terrible. But like, so there you go, pop that. Well, they're gonna die. They're all gonna die in like 1 second. I'm not sure why a lot of people are hyped about Xiao. I just don't care about edgy anime boy. On was such a cool element, man. I guess. Hydro has like been my boy. But then again, I'd be simping for Hu Tao soon. So, well, Hu Tao may not be coming with 1.3. Most likely, Zhongli is gonna get rerun, and that's gonna be the second character. Or Xiao may be the second character. Funny enough, because it doesn't seem that Hu Tao is being added to 1.3 right now, because public testers have still not have her in the beta. So she may just be a last minute thing, but we're not sure. So, like, the fate of Hu Tao right now is kind of like, like. If I run Favonius on Diona, though, I may just consider running her with attack piece. I don't think I need this ER piece. I can give Diona this piece. I could make like a DPS Diona. I don't think I even need the 20% bonus from Noblesse, honestly. That's what they were saying. Yeah, there's been a bunch of hearsay about that. But she may end up getting pushed back for Zhong. That is totally a foreseeable option. No. Kamo. He has the same voice actor as Betelgeuse from ReZero. Get that Kirito guy out of here. Betelgeuse is my boy. This. Title. Bye. You know, Betelgeuse the Chad gamer. But Ranger Parade. Fire this, fire this, fire this, and they're all dead. See, if Diona had like a head of Favonius, I could easily just get her back up. But this will get Diona. This will get her back up easily. If Bennett had Favonius sword, it may actually just carry this team. Like if you had it, Bennett's like kind of like a finisher for the combo, so you can kind of set the combo up, and then you can sort of finish it with Bennett at the end. So I talk about it in my video essentially, but there is a really good interaction with Mona, and that's why this team is so good. Like Mona pretty much offers so much value to this team. Also, C1 Mona gives you a longer freeze as well. So as long as an enemy is affected by Omen, so the freeze lasts longer too. It's just so nice because you just need a continuous cryo applicator and which Ganyu already does, and a consistent Hydra applicator, which Mona does to some extent. You may want to have some help from Venti or Sucrose though to get that running. Why on YouTube, Razor? I just thought I'd try something new. 脳が震える。そうですね。やっぱり狂気だよね。お前狂気 What the hell? It's still checking for ads. I may just use my rings on Mona. I may just get Mona to like, you know, I'm actually seriously considering maxing Mona as one of my first character that I max. Like triple crown Mona. I'm probably gonna end up crowning her E ability and her Stellaris Phantasm. I think Stellaris Phantasm with like it's just such a good ability. Yes, it's added. The damage bonus is additive, but still 60% extra damage bonus that you can prolong with freeze. I'll take it. That's like, look at that, man. Oh, it can spam back into burst again. I didn't even pop Mona's burst. And then when Mona gets more ER, she's also gonna get more attack, like more hydro damage bonus. She's already at like what? 120. Oh, well, it's because of the effect. So she's at like 99 hydro damage bonus already. So she's gonna go over 100%. Like, holy crap. It's like literally like another crit. It is literally a crit, like 100% crit damage. So it's like so sick. This Mona is like become like I may end up just giving her like Widsith. It's just gonna be so good with Widsith. Once I get Widsith up, she's gonna completely transform into a different character. It's just gonna be like she's gonna pop out like 60 or 70k crits and be like on the burst and be like, holy shit. What do you mean by prolong with freeze? I had Mona's instead, but I can't fit Mona in. So essentially, there is an interaction. So people basically just... It's been around for a while, but technically it's possible. People really didn't mess around with it till Ganyu came out. But essentially, Mona, when she props her burst, the Omen effect... Most people consider the Omen effect happened after the bubble was popped. However, it turns out that the Omen effect happens before when you pop the burst, when you pop the sign. And when that happens... The timer doesn't actually start on Omen, but you get the effect until the bubble actually bursts, which means you can take advantage of that damage bonus for a lot longer. And how do you prevent the bubble from bursting? Well, easy. You freeze someone. So you need a constant hydro applicator and a constant cryo applicator, and Ganyu pretty much Diona does it too, but it's not as good. And same with Kaya, but they're not as good as Ganyu, and Ganyu's really good at doing it, as well as Ganyu's damage. Getting extra damage bonuses on Ganyu is going to be really good as well. Like at that point, it may be okay to run like, oh wait, wrong character. But yeah, I can like, you need to reapply the hydro and the cryo though at a continuous pace to keep up with it. So, how do you have? Basically, what I mean, I'm pretty sure this is how Mona's burst works. So essentially, with Stellaris Phantasm, the damage bonus is basically an additive bonus to your like elemental damage. So essentially this is added on, and this is pretty much what Ganyu really wants because she already has a bunch of crit damage. It's easy to stack that on. However, the damage bonus, unless you have Amos, is really hard to apply, and this is essentially what the value that Mona provides. And it if you have it at like skill level 7, I think it goes up to 5 seconds. Starts to go to 5 seconds, and if you can just actually extend this duration, so. Because the main key point is right here. It applies an attack to Omen, which causes the damage bonus, and also increases the damage of the attack that causes it. So essentially what this happens is that it applies the Omen. So it grants the Omen, but it doesn't actually like go away. So I think that's the specific thing. Like I need to get like the whole like thing on that. But essentially that's what it's doing. You essentially prolong the Omen longer and prevent the bubble from popping. And that seems to be true. It seems to be true. But yeah, it does work. At least from what I've seen. Bam. But obviously these enemies are way too weak for me to do this on, so... What's up, Dean? You mean cryo has to be applied first? Well, it doesn't really matter the order. Anything, it just has to be the combinations. It doesn't matter who's the aura or who's the trigger. Usually in this team, in my opinion, the cryo will be the aura and the hydro will be the trigger. But it doesn't actually matter in the end, as long as both, and it's not like melt. It doesn't matter the order or electric. I think the order of electrotrides does matter for specific effects to happen. Then try Spiral Abyss. Yeah. So basically, well, they died. The enemies died too quickly in Abyss. But essentially, I can show you the full combo. I'll do the half combo. So like the full combo is a little bit harder with Venti. You have to do like a lot of timing, but and enemies will die a lot faster. So it may be better if I just do this. So I'll just do this, and bring the Zhong team. This will be in my video as well, but track the free ship out the bubble. Nope, they're frozen before the bubbles even popped. So I freeze them before it's even popped in the first place, before I even apply the burst. So I'm the only one who picked the default pet. Lol. Well, okay, so I had a Twitch poll, and essentially it was a tie between Rose and Gold, so I picked the tiebreaker, which was Pyro. Okay, so essentially what I want to do is I want to bring them closer, apply Ganyu's Burst, my Mona's E, and then apply Mona's Burst. And they kind of just take a bunch of damage at once. Alright, let's try that again. Shields are this team's weakness? No, they're not. Specifically, cryo shields are the weakness. They're not, because I could just freeze them and go behind them and smack them. It's not that hard. Like, that's not the weakness. They don't have the... Yeah, like, the thing is, I'm just doing so much damage, I don't get to show it. But... Essentially, see, the bubble doesn't actually pop on it. If I can get them over... But essentially, try this. 2,619. Then 11k. But if it crit... Yeah, see? See, like... See, like, it was 2,000 damage difference. Oh, well, that was because they were in burst. It might have been because they were in burst. Okay, wait. Let me try it. Let me try it with Diona's Q, where it doesn't give a damage bonus. Because it did 11,000 at the end. Nah, I saw it. The omen was gone in 5 seconds still. It's not prolonged. It could be. Then I may have to redo it. Okay. You popped the bubble on one hill trip, but the Bellman was not reapplied. No. Okay. Let me try this again. So... 2,700. The problem is that I just kill them. The bubble just ends up killing them way before. Like, they just died a bubble. And maybe I'll try it on the hill churls, on the mid churls. If they pop the bubble, they're most likely dead. Huh. Yeah, let me try it again. Let me just get rid of these hill churls real quick. So I spawn the mid churl. Okay, there we go. See, that guy still has it. Then it popped. Then he still has the effect. The omen is still on him. See? Like, that guy wasn't... There's 5 seconds. It prolonged on that guy. You see? It was way longer than 5 seconds. That guy was, since that guy was continued to be frozen, he was the omen was still applying on him. So you can, if you have a better, like, if you have like a sucrose absorbs the hydro element, or a Venti absorbs the hydro element, you can keep applying the hydro. You just have to, the weakness obviously was the hydro wasn't reapplying fast enough. Or the cryo, like one of them was not applying. If you have Ganyu, then you can eat, the cryo part is easily done. You just need something that could easily redo the hydro, so... If you want, I guess you could probably meme and do a sacrificial and to reapply it, the hydro again. And so, but that gives you, that pretty much buys you like a couple extra seconds in which you can pop like a Ganyu hits, like an extra arrow or two, a Frost Lake arrow into the guys, and it just increases your damage by 60% on the damage bonus. So, that's like the main focus. Okay, so I can get this guy come over here. Yeah, like now it's still on them, and now it popped, and now they have the omen applied. Because the effect was still on them. The omen wasn't... At the... And shields are not really that big of a problem for this team, because why you can just reapply the Hydro again. And just keep doing this and reapply the Hydro. He's just like, fuck, run away. You know, you can kind of like mess around with this. But kind of like wait until he rushes me. And he's kind of dead. Well, no, okay. And then this one, I know this is the Ido Storm, so immediately pop that. Pop that, switch to Jinku. Your shit doesn't matter. Oh, I could have just, like, visualed him. Forgot about that. What's up, Jazz? But, I was showing the prolonged omen effect originally. Well, I'll see if I can do it again. I could see it. I could try to see if I can do it again. Oh, this one, hopefully I don't kill them. Okay, hopefully, I think I can do it, so. Alright. I have all the tools. Just I need these guys to clump up all together. So boom. Oh, if I can. There you go. And 2, 3. And now, like, it's still on them for like 5. That was way longer than 5 seconds, and the omen was still on him the entire time. And so they basically take 60% increased damage for that whole period. So you can, that may allow you to hit an extra arrow or 2 are in, which is really good when those arrows have like 60% damage bonus on them. Especially when Ganyu is kind of lacking that, because obviously she has a crit damage and not a crowd damage bonus. So you can set up like a Mona combo. As long as you have a constant Hydra applicator and a cryo applicator. Like, when pretty much that's what Ganyu is, so you just gotta set this up again and yeah. And then put like the Witsith on, because that's pretty much what the whole point of Mona is on that team, and you're pretty much all set. Yeah, I am technically abusing that. And boom. Yeah. Well, as long as you can keep them frozen. No, if you keep applying the Hydro and the Cryo over and over again, if you trying to keep the gauges refreshed, you can prolong the effect. You can freeze an enemy for up to 10, like obviously you have to freeze an enemy for longer. But also, I think I have burst on here. Yes, I do. Okay. Pop this as fast as possible. Pop this, pop this, pop this. Double burst. Seems balanced, dude. Jingcho just casually doing like 60k damage on a skill. And then boom, pop that guy. And boom, pop the burst. Now he's kind of like just dead. Oh, I got burst again. Nice. Oh, he tried to like hit me. Well, I guess that didn't work out for him. And then pop this again. And pop this again. And then pop this again. And then kind of like hit him. And then I can just go like this twice. This is like, this team is so stupid. The Pillar Man team is just so stupid. The Resonance OP. Geo Resonance. Alright, so if I can get it... Okay, so essentially what I do is pry this, and then pry this, and then you pretty much allow yourself to kind of like smack these guys for free reign. And pretty much he just died by doing absolutely nothing. Kind of get away with it too. Oh, well. Would Jingcho Chuching with Black Sword need a healer? Probably. You may want to consider one, but you don't have to. I guess you can run Beto as well. Child versus Mona for freeze comp, who's better? If you have Whale Child can put a decent amount where Mona is. I think they're around equal if you have Whale Child. If you don't have Whale Child, then I think Mona is better. Do you have Ganyu on 4-piece Blizzard? Nope. I only have a 2-piece Blizzard set on her. That's it. That's it. The rest is offset. I don't even have that consistent crit on this team. If you wanted to cheese Mona, you can actually put like a 4-piece Blizzard, I guess. just for this one team to cheese it. To get the increased crit. You would get it. It'd be kind of funny. So, oh, I don't have the burst up. All right, it kind of sucks. All right, whatever. That's still fine. The power of running like infinite amounts of ER on him, on the Donger. All right, it was kind of slow on that one, and it really. Oh, he's kind of dead. Okay. Oh, fuck. Alright, well. Wait till that ends. Okay, cool. And then kind of hit that, and then reset this pillar, and then reset this pillar, and kind of reset that burst, and reset that. Oh, he's dead. And then that was floor 12. So, hola desu. Yeah, you don't need to level up Chingcho's auto that much. It seems decent even without cheesing Mona, though you have noticed a big damage from running a comp like this, freezing a melt comp with Ganyu. So the melt comp is just okay. There just isn't enough support in the game for there. I think there's Bennett, and I would just run Bennett in this team as like I said, a combo finisher in your stream. Essentially, you set up everything, and then once you think you're done, and they only have like a cryo applied on them, you just go in with you finish it off with Bennett. And you can run Bennett as like a somewhat DPS carry. Like somewhat as a DPS and just get that easy melt off. Plus, like, both Bennett's Q and his E apply a strong pyro effect. And what I mean by a strong pyro effect is most pyros in this game only have a weak pyro, especially, and it has one unit on it. And when a cryo hits a pyro, it only does half of its value gauge and removes it. So essentially, when Bennett. So, for example, if you have Shanling with a bear, when Guoba fires the burst, his bear breath, it applies 1 unit of pyro to the gauge, to the enemy. That's the aura on them. And when you apply, let's say, Ganyu, well, Ganyu's Frost Lake arrow has 0.5 units of, 0.5 units. No, it's 1 unit on the arrow and 1 unit on the bloom. However, it's halved because of the interaction between cryo and pyro, so it only takes 0.5 on both. So that's why one will remove it. However, with Bennett, since he has 2 units of gauge, it won't remove the entire thing. It will only remove half of it. If you're fast enough, you can get another melt, as long as you can get past the internal cooldown, which I think you should definitely have enough time. So you can actually get a double Frostflake arrow off, or you can skill Frostflake arrow and for a double melt. So both of those can melt, and both his Q and his E, the press, not the hold, has 2 units of pyro. 2 units of pyro application. So going the other way, if you go into a crowd to pyro, you use double the units backwards. So if you, for example, now if you caught someone with Kaya, Kaya applies 2 units of cryo on his E. There's a database on this on the Kaching thing, but applies 2 units of cryo. However, if you use Bennett, it will use 4 units of pyro, which will obviously remove with the cryo since it's less than 0. Since the effect is less than or equal to 0. So it will remove it, but you'll do double damage. They pretty much roughly equal the same, though. So, yeah. Yeah. I did link you the article. You'd have to go down. It's a bunch of reading, but it is definitely worth knowing how gauge theory works. There's only one character in this game that offers a very strong application, and that's Beidou, ironically. When Beidou procs her Q ability, she applies 4 units of Electro, and that's kind of like why the Firecracker build is so good. That's kind of partly why. Like, there's been a unit, especially among, like, the Chinese, like, you can just run, like, Beidou, Child, Fischl, and Bennett, and that's basically and then what you do is you constantly apply the Electro Charge, and it's really good. It's just this constant damage value you're getting. And keep in mind that Fischl's second ascension or fourth ascension passive, A2 passive, goes up, or I just kind of call it A4. A4 passive procs, but basically if you proc an electro-related reaction, Oz will hit another attack for more damage, and so you can just keep proccing these electro charge effects. And since you have electro resonance, both Child, well, I guess Child too, but everyone will get bonuses, but obviously since electro particles, the units that benefit the most are Fischl and Beidou has a really expensive burst, so it kind of makes up for the loss. So you just want to keep Beidou on burst as long as possible. When Child goes off cooldown, though, you can just kind of reset everything. So you can just proc the Bennett, get some energy on him if you need it, proc an E on Beidou for some energy, reapply Oz or go into burst form and just kind of like reset. And you just reset the cycle all over again. Kind of no-brain it. Was it determined whether Blizzard or Troop was better? I have similar stats on both. Right now, I think Blizzard is better. I just don't think Troop has enough pyro support for it right now. But if you... Also, it's kind of annoying to farm. Like, so... I do not... I have 3K subs yet, or even more than that. And I'm not really the best when it comes to presenting information in my videos. Like, as you can see, if you ever watched my videos, I stutter a lot. I repeat myself a lot. I'm trying to get better at it, but I did do a lot of reading for this game, so I did I'm trying my best to understand everything and how the damage formula works. It turns out res down is actually really good in this game. And if you've ever noticed, like, res down, very few units offer res down. Superconduct offers a 40% physical res down, and Venerer. And those are, like, right now are currently like the 2 free-to-play ways of offering res down. It's just as rare as defense down. Defense down is very rare as well. And most of the time, those effects are only offered on constellations, except when you're Lisa. Then you Lisa, you kind of get a pass. Oh, he just kind of like exploded. Yeah. I think the freeze is just better right now. It's easier to proc. It's much easier and consistent. Bolide. Like, I'm not really too thrilled on the Bolide. Personally. This is just a personal opinion. I just don't like it. Res as in resistance? Yes, resistance. So that's why the Zhongli buff is just so good. Most people won't have access to resistance down, besides through, like, Venerer. And it's funny. Okay, people may think this is a bad team, but when I run this team, I'll show you how overpowered this team will be. This is my Xiao team. Replace the MC with Xiao. This is my Xiao team. I'm not even kidding. Reactions overrated, chat is debated. Like, this is all I need. So the reason being is that this is totally whale build. Like a bunch of res down. I will have, if everything goes properly, if I had Zhongli, I would get 100% res down, which is like 50% crit out of nowhere. And this just offers me more plunge attack damage, I guess, or more outside damage. I could replace him with Zhongli. It doesn't really matter in the end. I think for more cheap to play option, you may just want to run Zhong. You may consider running Zhong. Apparently, if you finish the tree and reputation in both cities, you can't do the battle pass missions. Is this true? I don't know. Venti 6-star, so it's fine. So the reason being is that Whale... okay. This effect is so nutty. As long as you just keep people in the breeze. If you Venti and then Jean and then go jump into Xiao and go boingy boing, like go bunny hop on people, you're gonna heal up a lot of the damage you take from your own, because you're gonna be in Dandelion Breeze, and not only that, enemies are gonna have like a 80% Animo resistance down. And after the end of Venti's burst, everyone's gonna get 15 energy back, and Jean will get another 15 energy because of her talent. Like another like 15 or another 15. Oh, like it's like less than that. Yeah, it's like around 15 energy ish. So her kind of costs like 65, and Venti's cost 60. So you can pretty much like go back into burst. The rate at which you'll get energy, it'll probably be so fast you'll have to wait on cooldown. But it's so this team is just disgusting. Here's my Pillar Man team. I was gonna replace Ganyu with Hu Tao. That was my plan. I don't really need reactions in this team though. If you constantly plunge with Albedo, you constantly push enemies out of his AoE. I mean Albedo, no, not necessarily. Because C4 is giving me extra plunge attack damage. I could run Zhong. That's okay. But I'm gonna try that. We'll see how it goes. I'm waiting for Jade Sword so I can replace Harbinger of Dawn with it. That way I don't have to worry about the condition at all. I can just always get my bonuses. But it's a whale weapon. It is a whale weapon. And I'm planning to get 10 copies of the Jade Sword. I'm planning to get 10 copies of the Staff of Homa. And those are the weapons I care about right now. That Claymore with the crit rate on it, I'm definitely considering as well. I may just get one on that. I'm hoping the other weapons are kind of similar, like with Sith but 5-star. I will take that poem. If it's ER with Sith, I will take it. Wizarding Jean combo already deals so much Anima, though. Do you really need Xiao too? Yeah. Xiao will just finish them off. Xiao will pretty much finish any boss at that point. Yeah. Hell yeah. Nobody will survive. Hey, everyone's been generating Animo energy. But shit. Well, not what I wanted. Wait, did you get what? This man with the cheese. Sanic, please. Oh, well, Alright. Pillar Man team. Dropping the pillars. And Geo. Basically, it's my Geo team. Albedo Zhong. I have like 184 ER on him. On the man. I'm running him with the Skyward Spine. But I would totally take an R5. Of that Homa, though. Homa's sick. I want 2 of them. One for Zhong and one for Hu Tao. Oh, wait. Did my video finally get through monetization? Checking. It did. Okay, finally. I can publish it. Alright, cool. I have published my video. But what artifacts do you have for Venti? Probably like probably on like Venti or Jean. I'll put like 4-piece Noblesse for that specific purpose. But right, and then may not even do. Actually, I may not even give 4-piece Noblesse. I may just do Noblesse Noblesse Venerer. Noblesse Venerer. into Xiao. Maybe Jean may run 4-piece Venerer. I mean, Noblesse. Does it really even matter at that point? If the Zhong Venerer comes back, I'm so tempted to go for C6, so I don't. C6, the healing on Zhongli is just not that great. It's okay. From my experience, it just doesn't heal that much. You'd have to take a crap ton of damage. Like, if you have C6 and you spam burst, you won't even take damage in the first place. Like, if you just run Jing Cho, he'll be good enough healing. Like, you'll take so little damage that he'll probably heal on his swords all of the damage anyway that you would have taken. At least that's from my experience. Like, I can go through that entire Abyss 12 and barely take any damage at all. And if I do take some damage, then Jing Cho will pretty much heal the rest of it off. How's Caesar's how it looks so far? He looks really good. Watch him get nerfed again. Hey, if they give Xiao ER on his Ascension stat, I would be pretty happy. I wouldn't mind. People would be like, "Wow, that's so dumb." But I'd be like, "Wow, that's actually so good." Now Jade Spear actually makes sense to run on him. Watch your step, basically what you just said. And yes, I understand a little bit of Japanese. Wouldn't gliding be faster? To be fair, the current Abyss 12 is super easy compared to the last one. Yeah. I mean, the old Abyss 12 for this team obviously is going to be a nightmare because it's all cryo. And Ganyu would pretty much do nothing the entire time. True. If this was like a Pyro or Hydro, it would probably still stomp. Can you explain how Skyward Pride works? Got a few copies of it, not sure who put it on. Skyward Pride, obviously you know it increases energy recharge, and what it means by all damage is that it increases your damage modifier. So the damage modifier value, as long as you have a corresponding value, it will add on to it. It adds. So, for example, Geo damage, the Geo resonance bonus, when it refers to attack damage, when it referred to that, it referred to that modifier, increasing this modifier. And people are, it's really funny is that a lot of YouTubers continually said that it's just worse than the Pyro Resonance, which is way not true. It's actually much better, usually much better than Pyro Resonance. Obviously, because, you have to run a shield. There's a condition. You have to have shield on to get the bonus. And so people just kind of really misunderstood that. But essentially what it does is it adds that modifier value. Which adds on to the... So, for example, another way to explain it is, Child with Rust... Well, have the best bow on him right now. Let's switch off the best bow to, Rust. When you have, Rust, it gives you a normal attack damage. This is 80... This adds 80% to your damage modifier value. So, and as long as it corresponds, it would apply this value. So, Hydro damage bonus and normal attack, for example, for Child, they both are additive. So it'd be whatever your Hydro damage bonus is plus 80% in this case. And it's kind of like base, and it increases it. So what Pride does is it's just a universal. So it pretty much applies to almost everything that you do. Like Noblesse goes to... So as long as you're doing the thing that it applies to for damage bonus, it just gets added on. So hopefully that was okay explaining... But essentially, Pride increases all damage. It just means it adds 16% to this damage bonus modifier, in this case, or 8. And when you hit people, you basically get extra hits. And these are physical attacks. So if you somehow ran... if you put this on Razor, those effects would get amplified. Because they're physical. Is Xingzhou or Jinku good enough with Hydro support for Ganyu? No money here. Is reverse melting with C6 Zhanling better at this point? Jingzhou is okay. You just got to be careful. You just really need to get that auto off, as fast as you can. As soon as you pop an arrow, you may just want to pop the auto immediately, a normal immediately, so you can refire those arrows. It's okay. I honestly think about consider running Barbara. I'm actually not even kidding. Barbara is actually a pretty good option. You have to be really close to them, but... You will constantly apply the Hydro. It's not the best at doing it. They have to be really close together, but you know, it is something. It's not terrible, completely terrible. And if you're running Ganyu as your as a DPS, you know, I guess you kind of understand it's not really that fantastic against Cryo in the first place, but increases damage sometimes makes an use it on Claymore. It's pretty much most Claymore users just really kind of would like it. It's just good. It's just a good weapon overall. Harp is, in my opinion, the best weapon in this game. Like, overall. In specific cases, some weapons might be better, like Amos on Ganyu. But it's still close between Harp. Like, it's just that good of a weapon. Like, I don't understand why they released a weapon like that. Like, crit damage and crit rate, I'll take it. And if you R5 it, you basically have 2 artifacts. It's like 1.5 artifacts basically slapped together. But it's really good for someone like Noelle, too. It's even good for supports because ER. ER is very much an underrated aspect of this game that nobody talks about. Burst spam is just what can get you a ton of damage out of nowhere. Like you don't even need any skill. Just spam your bursts together, chain them together. So I put out the Ganyu video, hopefully, so should be out. Oh shit, well rip. I need to change the monetization settings though. Let me edit the monetization. No during mid-roll, no post-roll. There we go. I don't want any post-roll or mid-roll ads. There you go. I changed that. But I'm not like 1010. I can't make a super mathy video because what he talked about was a little bit beyond me. He went into specific calculus concepts, and I haven't touched calculus in about like 3 years, really. Well, I touched a little bit on it, at most like a quick derivative for when it came to game theory calculations and I took an AI class at university. And it wasn't something that I particularly enjoyed. Let's just say that. But basically, there's like an maximization given, like, you know, kind of like if you have given you want to this much fencing, like I want you to maximize the area, essentially. Like that's essentially what the problem that he's trying to solve. Except it's a little bit more complicated than that, but oof. Voyage and Anima test in Celestial Showers. Nice. Oof. But I try not to use... I'm really much, like, avoiding using Bennett right now. You know, I try not to be a scumbag. A Boken scumbag. Most high damage videos you'll see are, like, potion fooding, you know, or Abyss 7. Like, there's always there's always a catch, Chad. There's always a catch. There's some cheese going on. This is especially true. Okay, not trying to point any fingers, but this is especially untrue on some, you know, some certain big YouTubers like vids. When they say like when they show that they're like their one character's like doing so much damage, and the minute I see Abyss 7, I'm like, yep, of course it's Abyss 7. You know, because the reason why I say Abyss 7 is because Abyss 7 gives you like shit tons of crit damage, like 120 crit damage out of nowhere. It's like, okay. And so most people, and the enemies are like level 65, so usually like they're like 15 levels higher, which works really well in your favor in terms of the defense difference modifier value when it comes to damage calculation. So there's just cheese, and they're like, look at this build, look how OP this build is because I was able to hit so much damage with this cheese comp. Also, they're using like Bennett, Sucrose and it's some weird melt combination just to make their team look good, even though they say it's like it's the best team, even though it's more of like a one-shot comp. And there was also like another video talking about like the best team comps in this game, and yet like ironically the person put like, I think this is a terrible combination in my opinion, but like Albedo and Ningguang is just not good together. The reason being is that, like, they don't really create any crystallized particles together. And what he put on the team, he could have put something like Fischl to make up for it. Some off-fielder that's good. Instead, he put Bennett. I'm like, what? And Bennett was pretty much the only person like generating particles on that team. Which, like, he has a strong pyro, so it's, like, not terrible. But, like, you generate a bunch of crystals at once, but hopefully those crystals don't go away in time to get your bonuses. And if you get slapped, and lose those crystals, well, you just lost the entire bonus, the resonance bonus. That's why I like Zhongli. It's just much more, or Noelle, it's just easier and consistent to get the bonus off and get your stuff happen at the same time. But right now, like, you is purely relying, that the person's team is purely relying on that on that one crystallize and the Bennett. Heck, and also Bennett's going to be decaying, so it's not even guaranteed. Bennett's going to be decaying on his bursting raise resistance date. Yeah, nah. I was referring to Xiox. Like, he does it every single time. You know, I disagree with how he does it. I personally disagree. But it's because it's misrepresentative, I guess, of the final product. It's like a clickbaity thing. I've been trying to personally, I've been trying to be a little bit anti-clickbait. Like, I try to keep my content as honest as it can be. Like, I do a little bit, unfortunately, because that's what the algorithm favors. But I try not to make it too over the top of what the reality actually is. You know. I'm not going to go to Abyss 7 and show you that I could hit like 300,000 damage on this character and show you, and with this one fringe comp, and tell you why it's good. And I've seen some videos kind of misinterpret like the teams, and it's just like, wait, what? Like, specifically, like, they talk about this team like for Klee, even though like there was a team. Nah, it's cool, man. It's cool. There was a team with like Klee, Mona, Bennett, and Sucrose, and the Kirsten was trying to highlight Klee as the damage dealer. What's funny though is that that's actually the team that does the Mona's damage. It's like a very gimmicky comp to get Mona to deal more damage. Like those are the videos where you see like Mona dealing like 1 million damage. That's how they set it up, and it's not because of it's a whale comp as well, because Klee C2 provides a defense down. So it provides one of the highest defense downs, I believe, as well. So but yeah, like, how do you get money to C6 all your characters? So I'm currently a graduate student. I just finished my undergrad and I'm working on my grad, but I got a scholarship basically. It's a stipend. It's a cybersecurity scholarship. So essentially, I get paid basically a full-time salary to go to school. Also, I don't really have that many expenses right now since I'm living at home. My house is actually really close to the school anyway, but obviously COVID hit, so I'm saving a lot of my expenses. I have very few, and so I can afford to spend dumb amounts of money on Genshin right now, especially. So, but yeah, I get paid a stipend, which is basically a taxable income, which is basically a salary at that point. I basically get paid monthly payments every month, like over the semester. And then in the summer, I obviously get an internship, so that pays me more. And then by the time I come back, I get my money again and keep going. The process just repeats. And so obviously there's a caveat. I do have to work for like a federal agency, and I already have like an offer from one agency, which is the NSA. So it's a very good learning opportunity for me. So that's what I went. We'll see how that goes. I have to do my polygraph test and my interview next week. Or not next, the week after. So I have to get a COVID test. I have to get tested for COVID as well. You know, they got to make sure I'm not like positive or anything. And yeah, so I applied to, they reject me. Oof. But yeah, I'm CS. I also right now, like, I might be a little bit more busy starting the semester because I volunteered to mentor people for a professor and a group at the same time. So I may not go for my PhD though. I just gonna get my master's, because like if I go for a PhD, I'm gonna spend a shit ton of time, and I get paid like very crappy for the amount of work I do. So I'm just get paid. Don't mind me. I'll just take the paycheck. But I'm also looking at joining an FFRDC, which stands for Federally Funded Research Development Center, and basically the government pays these organizations to do these projects for the government for security. So there's a bunch of them. A lot of them are run by like universities, but there's some that are run by corporations as well. So, just want to stay in school. Lol. I want. Part of me just says fuck school, dude. You know, I learned too much. PhD animated. But yeah, oh yeah, I was watching like, okay, there was a video, as a computer science major, like what I saw was like so bad. Like someone was basically trying to talk about how you can get better luck in gacha, and like they try to explain what PRNG is, but they explain it in the worst possible way value. Like funny enough, if he actually opened up the Wikipedia article, and if he bothered to read the whole article, he would have understand what he was saying was complete bullshit. So essentially, what he was trying to say was that the seed is how much the dice rolls, which is not even what it is. In PRNG, a seed is the number that sets off the sequence of pseudo-random numbers. It's what sets up the sequence. It's because RNG, a true RNG, is computationally infeasible. Because computers are by definition deterministic machines. And producing a non-deterministic value is just obviously impossible. You can't. A computer just can't go like, oh, here's this random value I picked out of nowhere. No, there has to be some like reasoning and logic behind it. So, yeah. Well, there has been some things that have been very useful to me. So, especially when it like, so I don't school. You know, there's been some things that are like kind of wasteful. But for me, at least, I think I'm learning like a lot of the concept, especially for security. It is helping me a lot, and as long like that, as well as like actual practical application of those concepts, has been useful as well. That's why I kind of like project-based courses, like no exams. No exams been pure project because, like project-based courses, you kind of learn when you do the project. It works really good. Like it works pretty well. Like. You make mistakes during the project, and you kind of learn from that, and you kind of apply what you learn as well. I think it's like I like that sort of hands-on learning. If you do it like as you go, you retain more information. At least that's from my experience. Like especially when you're programming, if you're learning all these concepts for the first time and actually writing a program like exercises to test these concepts, it comes to you a lot better. You're like, oh yeah, I need like an if statement here, or I should use a switch, you know. Will you stop streaming on Twitch, Mr. Razor? No, I just wanted to test this out, you know, see how it goes. Yeah, but I am doing cybersecurity, and the class I'm mentoring for, I worked with the professor. I had to work with something called ETW, which stands for Event Tracing for Windows, and basically it's a kernel level event recorder for event instrumentation tool. So basically, this is for the kernel specifically for kernel level events, and it's very detailed information like CPU time, the current thread ID, the process ID, the specific op value. It's very detailed. And it's very fast. It's a pain in the ass to work with, but it's very fast since it's literally built into the kernel itself. So, just want to learn stuff. I feel you, dude. I feel you. But yeah, you can see like the Omen is still going on that. Well, they're dead, but you know, the Omen was still going at that point. Do you think Bennett double pyro or double cryo or double cryo and freeze is better for Ganyu? I think the freeze team is better. You can run Bennett on the freeze team as like a finisher because obviously when enemy's frozen, they're treated as cryo, so you can just go Q with Bennett and for a massive amount of damage as the end. Once you're done with your Ganyu, or even if you have Ganyu that are affected by cryo, you can just kind of set it up anyway and possibly get your heals back up. So you can kind of cycle in. So if you want to go down that route. Where'd he go? They kind of died. I have been somewhat abusing the C6 on Ganyu, though. Because it's really nice to just prop an E and then just immediately shoot. It is kind of nice. Do I think it's worth wasting for? If you want to shrimp for Ganyu, though, go ahead. This is like, it's pretty decent. But I don't think it's worth like $1,000 if you're at C1 and don't want to, obviously don't want, and just saving for Xiao or Hu Tao or someone else. Dude, what do you think of running, what do you think about running C4 Child with for permafreeze? And also, it's okay. I think it's really good. I think C4 Child's really good. I think it's on par with C0 Mona. Like, if not possibly better in some aspects. Also, like, what? Wiz of Oz, thanks for the sub. Hopefully these aren't old subs and just OBS is just being like, or Streamlabs in particular is being like dumb about it. Hopefully these probably aren't, and it's just like it just stacked a bunch of notifications together, and then finally it's gonna pump out like 7 notifications. Here's another one coming soon. Oh, that's it. Cool. Wait, is that it? Okay, that's just the ore I had mining. That's just the ore I had being done. I'm so lazy when it comes to farming my ore. But yeah, like the prolonged omen is so nice. If you can get it off, it's actually not that hard, especially if you're running like Diona in this team. The big problem with this team though is dealing with the cryo shield, which makes Abyss 9 and 10 a nightmare for most people. Unfortunately, I'm lucky and I can just kind of cheese it. But here's like the full combo. So you pop that, you pop this, and then you pop the Mona burst. But obviously, I deal so much damage anyway, they're just dead. But you know, if you can get the full combo off, that's what you would do. Essentially. And then finally you'd finish off with the Mona burst. If you Venti, you kind of want to, there's many different ways you can do it, but that's like the best way in my opinion is if you pop the Bennett and then pop the Venti and then or Sucrose and then try to absorb the burst with a Mona is for best results. However, if you do accidentally like get like a cryo absorption, then you can still work with it. You just got to use Mona's E as the continuous hydro applicator in this case. And then once you use that, you can just set up the Mona burst and try to keep them frozen as long as possible. Because that just makes your omen better. And just shoot them. And you just do more damage. You'll get the damage bonus in. Yeah. The Mona, though, is pretty nice, though. The Mona one is pretty good. And yes, my Venti just did hit for, like, 17k. Venti's skill modifier value is pretty freaking huge. That's why. It's like 500, which is pretty nuts. Thank God I got this achievement. There's like a glitch you can take advantage of to get it, but I have 68 Mora. Oof. That sucks. I have access to like 10 million Mora in my... Alright. Like 10 million Mora sitting in my piggy bank. I'm gonna try to get Mona to, that's 68 more than Mona. Actually, no, that's not true. Mora has 1 Mora. Mona has 1 Mora. That's not true. That's not exactly true. This always happens, man. They die before I can get my full combo in Overworld. They're too weak. Oh, well, I could have gotten it again. Rip Twitch streaming. Nah, I thought I'd give it YouTube streaming a try, like, at the very end of the day. After I streamed on Twitch for, like, 10 hours. And I'll try to give myself a little bit of a break and try streaming on YouTube. Yeah, but see, this is the nightmare. This is the team, like, these are the guys I don't want to fight C. If you see my Abyss runs, like, this is the team, like, I hate using. I had to do that, like, 6 times in that Abyss run. That was not fun. That was not fun, chat. Like, oh. Yeah, this team is definitely not recommended for, like, Abyss 10, like 9 and 10. If you do, bring sure you bring, like, Banner or something instead of Diona. Save yourself the pain. I think that's just pretty much everyone around here. Oh, these are the guys like on the top. Okay. Until it just eats me because I'm still smooth brain and boon hands easy use DPS. Oof. Not gonna lie. Okay. I took me a while to cheese because like that comp, like I can easily do it with my child. That's easy. Like I don't need Venti if I have child because child pretty much like child is really okay. Child is really good at applying very fast, wide AoE damage. I think it's even better than Ganyu. Because his Riptide is OP. Especially if you invest into his E. Like his Riptide is just so nice. And if you can compound it multiple times, because in a lot of in Abyss 12, like a lot of the enemies like are really close to each other. Anyway, so like so Riptide, getting those Riptide procs is actually quite easy. Oof, though. Klee Boomer hands. See, I'm just think that Hu Tao... It'd be so sad if Hu Tao power crept Diluc. Obviously, we don't know yet, and she could experience a lot of changes. I actually do think they're going to change Hu Tao. They may actually remove the whole 50% HP gimmick, or they may make it much easier or, to get her below 50%. Right now, it just seems too hard to get that effect off reliably. And it's going to hurt their sales on the weapon, too, because then the weapon's not going to be as good for her, so they may reconsider. But like kind of extending but see, as long as I can reapply the Hydro, like it was still on him, so now it's gonna go off and there it pops. Well, it popped right then. We kind of delayed the Omen. Homa gonna go with Zhongli rerun. Dude, I wish. I wish. I hope, but it may not. I don't even know what they're going to rerun on Zhongli. If they're going to run the same weapons again, I just feel like it's a waste. They're probably not going to rerun the same weapons. They put the Staff of Homie on there. Yes, I call it the Staff of... It's the Staff of Homa, but I call it the Staff of Homie. Because it's going on my homies. Ow. Ow, that hurt, dude. Zhongli and Hu Tao. I may consider... I'm not sure who should I use my crowns on. I've been thinking Fischl, but Fischl's time may be coming to a close. The Burb needs his rest. Burb needs to take a nap. He's worked too hard. Just don't like Hu Tao's personality based on what other characters say. So I'm skipping her. Ah, dude, that's exactly why I like her. She's a fucking prank star. And I love that about her. And funny enough, okay, so I listened to the Honey, like the voice lines on Honey, and I can understand actually a lot of what they're saying. Like Ayaka's voice lines, I can hear it. And if you guys haven't heard Ayaka's voice lines yet, they pretty much sounds like Miyuki from Sayori Hayami. And basically, if she plays Miyuki in like Mahoka, like irregular Magic High School. So if you've ever heard that, seen that anime before, she sounds exactly like that. Like, that's the best way I can explain it. If you've ever played FGO, she plays Melts or Martha, and her voice is very distinct. You'll hear it, and if you've ever heard it before, you'll know it instantly when you hear it. But I was listening to her like animal, like what she hates, like what she dislikes as like her least favorite food, and she's like the insides of animals. I'm like, holy shit, what is she eating? Like Naizo, Dobutsu no Naizo, and if you read the English one, it's kind of similar, but there's a reason why I don't play EN voices. Okay, so when she talks about her favorite food, basically she's referring to ochazuke, which is like a it's kind of like rice with like tea. It's a very traditional Japanese dish. But then like in the English version for Ayaka, she goes like chazuke or kazuke. I'm like, oh my god, it's really a trick. That's kind of made me like kind of annoyed in Persona 4 or Persona 5 of the English voices. I think he's just all top. Has he popped yet? Yeah, he has. But like, when they referred to Ryuji Sakamoto from like, obviously most people play Persona 5 and know who that is. But like in the English version, they refer to it as a Sakamoto. I'm like, Sakamoto-kun. I'm like, what the? I think the pronunciation was so bad on characters, they had to like go back and they got a bunch of backlash and they had to like redo a bunch of lines because it was so bad. But I didn't even play in the Japanese. I played in the Japanese voices anyway. But man, oof. Should I gamble on trying to get Amospo for Ganyu? If you have Harp, you don't necessarily need it, but that means you have to run Harp on one less person. So, I mean, if you like Ganyu and want to use her a lot, Harp is a pretty good bow for her as a DPS. Dude. Real gripes with Genshin. All right. I have a really good idea, and I hope Genshin eventually does this in the future. But here's what I'm thinking. How about they add the ability to transmute one weekly boss material into another? So, like, if for example, if you got like the tusk on Child, you could transform it into a shard using like, let's say 10,000 Mora and maybe some mat, a specific mat or something that you can farm. That way you don't spend 3 weeks wondering what the hell was I doing, playing the what the hell was I doing game. 3 weeks and no progress on my character that I've been farming for. The one character I actually care about farming. Yeah. They need to add it back. I don't know what they were doing. Oh, Damone got ripped. If you guys, most people probably didn't see it, but Damone removed some videos. It's because he got copyright claimed by MiHoYo. I went back. I was curious, and so I looked at one of his playlists, and there was a bunch of removed videos, and I went through one of them, and one of them was indeed a copyright claim by MiHoYo, and that's probably why he deleted the rest of them, because like he's like, oh shit, they can claim the rest of it. He got burned. At least, like, I hope I don't want to be like a dick, but I hope they kind of do it fairly, because there've been other, like, it's kind of unfair that MiHoYo is going to have been treating some other content creators like more harshly than others. If they're going to treat everyone like Damone, they should do it equally. So there's been like a very big YouTuber like Matt Justic, and he's been posting a lot of 1.23 leaks. I'm like, wait, why is this guy getting the hammer? You know, kind of unfair, but I'm not sure. Like, it's just desserts, I guess. Otherwise, it's just people are just gonna report on leaks. And it's not gonna be good for MiHoYo, because obviously they don't want to have leaks. He's like in Malaysia with laws and apply. No, copyright, like, it doesn't matter where you live. MiHoYo can still copyright claim the video. There's nothing that's stopping MiHoYo from copyright claiming. It's just that they have to take action to do it. Obviously. I just hope, like, it's kind of like... You know, if you're he actually made a video about it, he did get in trouble for leaking info that was in beta. He deleted a bunch of stuff because there was YouTubers got in trouble for it. No, that was before. He said he'd make a video not talking about leaks. The thing is that he did it. He did it again. He called them rumors, but they were actually leaks. He tried to sidestep the issue, but he did it again, and MiHoYo just caught on to it, and they did it again. That was the second time. That was not the first time. Like, the first time was when he made a video talking about it, but he didn't make a post. As far as I checked his community posts, he didn't say anything about it. The videos just disappeared. Isn't Matt in Australia? But it doesn't really matter where you live. It doesn't, because YouTube by law still has to take it down the video. It doesn't matter if the guy's gonna go to court or not. YouTube will just remove the channel. They have to. Otherwise, they violate the DMCA. And but it doesn't matter where you live, because since YouTube is an American company, well, they also own Google, so technically Google, and by extension Google is an American company. So yeah, he made a bunch of videos talking about Inazuma. Okay, funny enough with Damone, I watched one of his videos talking about Inazuma towns and villages, and he actually believed one of the leaks, and what ended up happening was that the thing about quote-unquote Inazuma's towns and villages was actually not true. It was copied off another game, and he never even noticed it. It was a fake leak. He was basically propagating a fake leak. And most people in the comments actually tried to tell him about it, but I think what really pissed them off was him posting models of unreleased characters. I think that may have been the noodle, like the final nail in the coffin on that one. And what prompted him, MiHoYo, to take action. But I think Damone is like very close, like not very close. I think Matt is very close to getting into a bunch of problems with MiHoYo. I kind of like told him, and I commented in one of his videos. I don't think he cared about it. In his like Hu Tao videos, like, this is very dangerous territory you're walking, my dear. The reason why Honey doesn't get punished for it is because I think Honey is located in Russia. So obviously laws work a lot different in Russia than, like, say, the United States. Yeet. Taking action. Well, it's not really that hard to take action on YouTube. Just you send a DMCA complaint to YouTube, and by law they pretty much have to take down the video. But yeah, like, why is Honey Impact okay? Because Honey Impact is on is a Russian site. Technically, it's so. Yeah, Matt is like blatantly like posting like information. I'm like, okay. Like the lantern event, I'm like, what the fuck? I think it just sets... Also, like, another thing I'm not really happy about with content creators right now is that a lot of them are basically promoting, like, account sharing. Like, I get it, they're just rolling on it, but that just sets a bad precedent. Because this was a really big problem in E7. It got so bad that the developers banned the practice because it got very toxic very quickly. For, like, account ruling and account reviews on other people's accounts. I think he's... This is basically Icarus and Daedalus. He's Icarus. He's just flying too... One day he's gonna fly too close to the sun and he's gonna get burned. And honestly, you know, I kind of think it's deserved. So... is just a thing in gacha, isn't it? No, it's actually it's actually banned in most TOSs. That is account sharing, and it's pretty much been banned in almost every single gacha game, because obviously they don't want you sharing accounts, because sharing accounts is just it can possibly be used as a substitute for selling accounts. That's the main thing that MiHoYo is like really cautious about. And technically, it is against TOS. You shouldn't... They don't want you sharing your details of your account to other people. Account information with other people. And it's also like, okay, I'm not that I don't believe a lot of them. People that did effectively get their accounts hacked. But I also think that there's a bunch of people that are just trying to say they got their account hacked, even though they tried to sell and got scammed. Like I wanna be like, I'm hoping they just genuinely got hacked, and I feel bad for them. But part of me just doesn't seem to believe too optimistically about that, and there's actually just something more sinister. You know, like, oh, I got hacked, you know, and someone was just trying to sell and got scammed. It should have just be like a PayPal gift card or like something, like a Visa gift card. Just the idea of rolling on someone's account is kind of like a yikers. I don't understand why Matt can just. Also, I don't understand like why a big YouTuber like Matt has to have someone else roll for him. Like, really? I don't know. It's just me, but like, he makes more than enough off his videos to spend like at most $400. He'll make more than enough back from one video than most other people will. So obviously, a lot of his videos have gotten less traffic than, let's say, the beginning of the game, but yeah, I don't know anymore. I don't even know anymore. But Razor, you buy Saint Quartz for Tom's account at FGO. That was true. That was true. That was true. Because he was having problems buying Saint Quartz, and he just reimbursed me the money. That was true. I will agree. But I'm pretty much trying not to do that sort of shit anymore. I'm pretty much done with FGO. Whoops. Seems to be 32 bonus from C1. Seems to help her get her ult up. It's nice. It's probably your best one. Dude, I was just... Everyone... Like, here, like, another part why I don't like a lot of the Genshin, like, YouTube scene that much is a lot of people made videos basically to, like, demeaning that the role of Ganyu, saying that she was just only a support, and at most a support, and just not that much of a DPS yet, like, and then, but they basically told people that you shouldn't summon for Ganyu before her release. I'm like, what? You know nothing about the character, though. Like, you haven't even tried it, and you're telling her bad. I'm like, okay. I learned very quickly in FGO that this is just a bad way of evaluating. Like I said that, you know, okay, this may sound like really stupid, but I just looked at like Superhuman Orion, Super Orion's NP. I'm like, man, that's kind of sucky. But then Super Orion like kind of smashed people's fucking face in. I'm like, oh, you know, that's OP. And I'm like, but no, a lot of people made these videos talking about how Ganyu's like just not a good unit. I'm like, okay. Like, lack of game sense. I'm kind of stuck. Fuck. Alright. Pop that. But I try to be knowledgeable. I make mistakes in videos, but I think it's just natural. I try not to make them happen, but you know, at least I feel that I don't repeat, like, okay, this may be because he just records a bunch of videos at once, but man, I saw Matt in 3 separate videos try to say that that bow charge attacks cost stamina. I'm like he was considering running a Bloodstained Chivalry on Ganyu, a 4-piece Bloodstained Chivalry. Like, what? That's so bad, though. Like, I would only do it if I had nothing else. Like, holy crap, Ola. Like, I guess one shot would get bonuses, but you have to kill an enemy for that. It's like, ew. Yuck. Yeah. Unfortunately, the clickbait videos get the views. Feels bad, man. That's just the YouTube lives. But man, oh man. Okay, I'm not sure if people have seen this video, but there was a video basically saying like Ganyu is like Albedo is worse than 4 stars, even though he built the character completely terribly. This person, and that's when I talked about my Albedo video. Like I'm talking about some that are like war crimes. That was the video, and it was just a very poor evaluation of Albedo, and pretty much continued saying that Albedo is just like a very bad character. I'm like, okay, then, okay, I'll just like melt shrimping. And funny enough, like he talked about Ganyu, like with the internal cooldown, like but if he actually read enough of it, it would have realized that the melt would apply twice, and that there isn't a delay. But that's why I don't recommend starting Saffron Done. It's what it was best about. And no, it's Favonius. The thing with Favonius is that you're getting neutral particles actually, which helps the entire team. Sacrificial only helps her get her thing up, but like she fits more with with the Favonius, because if you can get the Favonius, everyone gets 3 particles, and they're all neutral particles, which is really good. Neutral particles, like especially it ramps up with ER on everyone, so it could get everyone's burst up. Okay, these guys may have respawned, but I can't get the full combo on this team because everyone's just dies instantly. But well, but obviously I'm not running Ganyu with a 4-piece. I wasn't running a Ganyu with a 4-piece cryo in my build, but you probably should if you're running this team. If you want to actually seriously run this team. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to farm that set because I've been focusing on getting everything up for Xiao. I was getting Diona up, and I'm getting Mona up right now. And I got to finish up Xiao's gems, and I have to then finish up XP. So I need 400 purple books, and I'm only at 120. And if I get Mona to 90, I'll lose all my books, and so I have to refarm 400 books. You can see how behind I am. But to be fair, I think I've probably invested in characters than most other content. Pretty much almost, I'd say 99% of content creators, I have way more level 90s than them. It costs a lot of more, by the way, for a level 90. Like 2 million per level 90. The build crit on your support, though. It's not bad, though. It's not too hard. Not too trick. You get a crit rate. If you can get the crit rate hat. Unfortunately, getting that crit rate hat could be a little bit annoying. Why did I choose blue pet? So the story of the blue pet is that I had a poll in my Twitch chat, like if I should do which one I should choose, and gold and rose both tied. So I went with the tiebreaker, which was blue. So would you use Favonius or Saxthorn on Gene Battery for Xiao? I'd use Favonius. Actually, okay, for Xiao, probably the Favonius, because probably the Sac Sword, because you're getting Animo particles back. So, but then again, if you only have one like R5 sacrificial sword, it's really nice to just put it on like Jingcho. He is so good with this weapon, dude. He's so good. Oh my god. Like, this weapon is just so good on him. Being able to go into your skill twice on him is like, it's pretty much running like Chongyung's burst. It's that powerful. Out of nowhere, able to pop like 2. Nigebe wa naizo. Nowhere run. That's what he just said. Oh well. The pig aim streamer. Yeah, I use a lot of books. I use a lot of heroes' wits. Oh, the new event is tomorrow as well. Should be pretty easy for me. Just kind of like slap it, with whatever team. Should I refine Sac Sword, or are there other characters who need it? You should refine Sac Sword. You should definitely refine that weapon. R5 is just so good. You can get it. Obviously, getting a refined 5 can be a little tricky, even if it's on rate up, so... Alright, see if I can get the effect up. So I got to run... I don't want to kill... Ganyu would just kill them too fast. So I need to run Diona. So these guys need to spawn. Pop that. Pop that, and then pop that. Ult. But like, it extends the duration of the Omen. What's your build on Ganyu since you don't have Blizzard set? Alright, you guys have to see my Ganyu. That's it. I don't have commands on my YouTube. If you're running specifically Xiao, only specifically Xiao. A bunch of garbage. Like, okay, a lot of people have been saying that it's not worth it to get a character to 90, and this is not exactly true. This is not true. I'll explain. So, characters like Zhong Li and Hu Tao are great, and Albedo are characters that really want to be level 90 because they scale off their HP value. So it's like in defense, or HP or defense value, which can only get improved, the base can by your character's level. So getting those characters, leaving those characters at 60 is kind of a detriment. The weapon may not be as important. It's kind of like the opposite. But most people say get only 80. They're referring to DPS characters. Also, you should still at least get those characters ascended. Don't leave don't forget to do their final ascension because you do get like a bonus in stat. He's level 90. Hey, that level 90 is not too hard. I mean, investment in artifacts is way harder than investment in leveling. Let's be honest, because at least with leveling you can make progress. You can do like a whole week of artifact farming and get like one good artifact out of it. And if you refresh every day. If you don't refresh every day, you may not even get anything for an entire week. That difference in base HP, though, does make a big difference. Amos is insane. It's pretty good on Ganyu and I guess, like, Amber. But with Amber, you actually have to have aim. You can't be a Papega aimer. But yeah, welcome everyone to stream. I just thought I'd give it YouTube streaming another go. Launch it. So yeah. You really should ascend a character to their final ascension, though. You should really, like, focus on that. I'm not gonna go after him. I'll just let the mid-troll spawn tomorrow. Because you may get more ER, you may get more HP or whatever. Something that really helps the character. Like crit damage, crit rate, elemental damage bonuses. You miss. So a lot of these stats actually are really hard to get anyway, so. Oof. Just want to see a Rosaria, man. Oh, okay. I was like, wait, the root canal is next Pepe Hands AR-43 and don't know if I should do XP Leylands or level Zhong or pre-farm artifacts. Don't pre-farm artifacts. That the biggest mistake you can make in this game is pre-farming artifact domain AR-40. It's just, you're going to get a bunch of surplus artifacts anyway through AR-45. Like, that's the people say excuse. Oh, thanks, man. But, should do AXP Leylines. You should do elite bosses. The elite bosses drops don't get that much better at AR-55. At AR-55, you are guaranteed 1 gold drop for elite bosses. Funny enough, Jazz, I think that was like the first thing I said in your channel. Like, that's what I meant. Was like AR-55 is when you get guaranteed elite boss 5-star artifacts. Until then, it's not guaranteed. But every run will be guaranteed a 5-star artifact, but you still won't get anything good. Let's be honest. Because you only have 1 or 2 sets, and most likely you'll get garbage. I think that was like one of the first things I said in your stream. That might have been. AR-42 to the March for the AR-55 continues. Yep. The March to AR-56. Just get lucky. Just get lucky, forehead. What set do you run on Diona? I'm running a 4-piece Noblesse. I haven't really used it that much, though. I just use her as, like, sub-healer. And I'm actually running Okay. Until I get the harp, until I get the Favonius Warbow up, I'm running Diona as my DPS. Let's go. You're about to see this kitty like smack people hard. Like this cat's about to do like 12k on her E, and I'll take it. I'll take it. Diona's carrying me. But yeah, content creator program for Genshin kind of sucks though. I'm gonna be honest. Like I was in there for like 2 months. You basically get 2k primos. Well, actually no, like 1 month. I know. Yes, 1 month. 1 month. But like you should see this Dion. Let's go. It's got like 6k or whatever. Like just kind of die. Damn, Mona's just... I feel like Mona is one of those characters that's going to be pretty hard to power creep her. I think she just offers a lot of value. And she's very easy to use. Like, is she universal like Bennett? Probably not. But with the freeze tech, I think she'll remain quite viable for a very long time. I think one of the first characters that's going to fall off is Chi-Chi. Because she already has Kick W. Chi-Chi pretty much already got power crept by Diona. I want to be completely honest. Like, Chi-Chi just generates, like, literally no particles whatsoever. And has an 80 cost burst, which doesn't really help her. And Diona just does the same thing, but basically better. Especially if you have constellations on Diona, which is getting... like, Chi-Chi's constellations literally, like, do nothing. They actually just do nothing. Like, a majority of them... C2 on Chi-Chi is a literal freaking joke, man. Constellation 2 does more your normal and charge attack does more damage affected by cryo. Great. She does more damage. So useful. On my healer, which has, like, the lowest base attack in the entire game. Barbara doesn't generate energy too. Well, she does on her constellations when she uses charge attacks. Like, Chi-Chi is the worst 5-star in this game. Like, people complain about Zhongli. Chi-Chi is the one that brings the real buff. She is so weak. Her cryo application, dude, like, you have to sit next to the guy for, like, 10 seconds in Abyss 10 to get rid of that buff. Like, it was so bad. Like, I swear, it's like ripping my eyes out, like, eyeballs, to get rid of that cryo. And now that Ganyu's out, a bit, like, that part for Abyss 12 would have been so easy. Like, part 1 would have been so easy. Should I use attack percent energy charge effect for Mona? I would say build up a lot of ER on your subs and try to go for attack. If you have, like, it can reach, like, hopefully around 180, 185 would be really good. If you can't, then run, then you can run it. Yeah. But hopefully you have enough, like, ER on your subs. Like, I have a bunch of ER on here, so, like, 16, 16, 6.5, and then, 15. So, I have a bunch of ER on my subs, and it kind of makes up for it. But you can run ER timepiece. It's not terrible. It also helps her Hydro, I guess, so, you know, there's that. Bunch of HP and recharge. Yeah. So I'm gonna get the full combo off. Well, nope, you kidding. He a freaking random torch. That's fine. You know what? I'll just melt then. You go right there. Move. But I bet my Dona with, like, some DPS potential, I guess. Dude, Jean hits hard. Jean is just so good. Jean is, like, the best healer in this game. Festering Desire. Jean is just the best healer in the game right now, currently. She does so much. She has just so much value. Like, it's compared to, And there's like the... Dude, sometimes that thing like glitches. I don't understand how to trigger that reliably. But sometimes like... Are you kidding me? Like sometimes like all of a sudden the taunt will just like start rapidly firing. I guess when it takes damage or something, it starts doing that. I have no idea how to reliably get that. Makes you wonder why Jean was so low on tier list. She's really good. Arguably one of the top tiers, in my opinion. Wow, okay, fine. It absorbed the cryo. Yeah, basically you get a full heal on Jean, and you swirl off elements on you. So swirling off an Electro or a Cryo or a Hydro, it's just all gone because you swirl yourself, but it doesn't deal any damage. So it's just so good. Her C2 is one of the most broken abilities in this game, I feel. It's one of the most broken constellations ever. So basically, if you those that don't know what it does, essentially, when you grab a particle, your entire team has their movement and attack speed increased by 15% by 15 seconds. That's a really long time. And all she has to do is just grab one particle. It doesn't even have to be her own particle. It could be anyone's particle. Like, if you pop, like, another element, she just has to grab it. And so, basically, you can stack this movement attack. It's overall attack speed, too, so almost everything gets boosted. Everything. Your normals, your charges, like, pretty much. And you basically just move super fast as well. Like, Xiao, having that on Xiao would be so good as well. Xiao just moves way faster, hits way faster as well. It's additive with any other attack speed bonuses. And attack speed is very rare in this game. Very few units offer an attack speed buff. Because, you know, feels bad, man. And then just... This will probably just kill everyone. Oh, they all died anyway, but... Of course, the Saber face is good. They should have had Kawasumi Ayako voice Jean. I mean, I forgot the voice actor's name, but Tamama's VA was okay. Like, she was an okay choice. But I think it would be way better if it was Kawasumi Ayako. I hope Sakamoto Maya voices a character. She deserves to. She totally deserves to. Most people probably have no idea who I'm talking about, but basically she plays Jean in Fate. Or most people probably know this one. Echidna from ReZero. She plays her as well. Maya Sakamoto. She's really good. She plays a lot of other roles as well, but those are like her more like well-known ones. If you get Mona, building her with Widsith is like the best in my opinion. If you have it. Oh, I did the wrong order. Whatever. But yes. I do speak a little bit of Japanese. Funny enough, like I have gone to some Japanese people's streams before, and I started talking Japanese to them, and at the end I'm like, by the way, I'm an American. I'm like, I'm a foreigner, and they're like, wait, what? So like, I mean, I can kind of get away with it. My Japanese like okay. And like Deception EX. How to build Mona. Bunch of ER substats. Or, I guess, ER timepiece if you're feeling a little bit lazy. And there's attack, crit damage, crit rate. But Widsith is her best weapon. Because Mona's a character you kind of don't want on the field a lot of the time. You just kind of want her to do her thing, and you kind of want her to screw off at that point. I'm not trying to be mean to Mona. She's a great character and all, but, you know. That's her role. To come in, let her do her quick little second of damage, and then pop her out. Pop her E, because she's very... The problem with Mona is that she's very squishy. She's one of the squishiest characters in this game. It's very easy to just die. Like, for her to just die out of nowhere. Like, you can take, like, one hit and just die completely. Maybe it's because my Mona doesn't have that much defense on her. But, man, she has, like, 500 defense. It is so sad. Like, the chieftain, like, the miniature chieftain, like, the big boy, or, like, the shield, like, she can just one-shot Mona. And sometimes, like, when early on in Abyss 10, like, the old Abyss 10, like, I had a lot of trouble on, like, the 10-3, because the guy had kept, like, one-shotting my Mona. Ganyu's defense is low as well. Yeah. But yeah, like, I think Mona is just kind of weird as a main DPS, especially if you don't have constellations. Like, if you don't have constellations on Mona, she kind of, like, gets weird. Do have this event, bro? It's not out yet. This is NA. I would do it, but it's not out. It's not even out in Europe, I think. It's only out in Asia. NA gets it to in about 12 hours. Europe will probably get it in like 5. I think you need, honestly, I think for DPS Mona, you want C2. Oh, Europe's 30 minutes? Ah, I see. But yeah, this is a C6 Mona, a C6 Ganyu. I did my initial review at C0 because a lot of the time, like, a lot of comments in my original Albedo video were like, wow, Razor, you have C6. That completely invalidates everything, even though a lot of Albedo's constellations are completely useless. The only constellation that provided me a slighted edge was the Constellation 3 ability, which gave me more damage on the E. It's a Minecraft event. Should be pretty easy though for me to do these the cubes. It wouldn't be that hard. I just kill them. Just kill them, forehead. Will Favonia's Codex work on Mona? It's alright. Mona's obviously going to do a lot less damage with Favonia's Codex, but it's not terrible either. Also, I watched this week's episode of Jujutsu Kaisen. I watched that, but I also watched this week's episode of the hidden dungeon only I can enter. And my god, was it cultured. Not as cultured as like redo of Healer. That is like some Isozoku reviewer shit where people get triggered and want it canceled. Just kind of like yeeted. Use child. Nah. What's up, artificial? Dude, I read the manga. It's so fucked up. You mentioned got produced. Like, the manga, if you guys thought it was bad, like Monka W, it gets even worse. I'm sure next episode, if you actually see next week's episode of Redo of Healer, you'd be like, what the fuck just happened? And be like, of course you read the manga. Dude, I had to make sure, okay? I had to see what I was getting into. And I was it was like it's like a manga, it's like a guilty pleasure. You probably shouldn't enjoy watching it, but my god. I skip most of the age leads. It is so fucked up. It is basically a hentai. It is basically hentai. I don't even know how with an actual plot, I guess. You know. I guess it's not all about banging, so it's not necessarily a hentai, but it's pretty close. But I guess Rants is not necessarily a hentai either. That would basically... And I kind of enjoyed Rants. Have you even gone to Japan? Yes, I have gone to Japan twice. In fact. These guys are probably not spawned yet. Should have been a hentai. I don't think... It would be way too short for a hentai. But I need... well, sorry. This week's episode of Mushoku Tensei is just a rerun. I already saw episode 2 because it was live streamed, so I already saw Jobless Reincarnation. It is a good isekai. It's a pretty good one. I think it's by like some people from White Fox as well, like a new studio, and it's like their first anime, and it's like 24. I think this will be a 24 episode series, and it covers like because apparently it covers the first 6 volumes of the novel. Because I think the web novel finished, and the light novel is pretty much almost done either. So they may get more of it. It's actually really good. I do like it. Rance is great, dude. Like, if you guys know Rance, you're cultured individuals. You watch Negative Life? Yes, I have. Having a gacha game? Yep. I'm not playing it. I know I'm not playing that game. Dude, Code Geass is making a gacha game. I'm like, nope. I love that anime, but my god, recently, like, they're just ruining the IP. Like, I don't understand who the hell's running the IP at this point, but they're running it into the ground. Like, they're just turning it into a generic gacha game, and they're making, like, an anime for it. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Okay, I like ReZero, but my god, there are so many moments I'm like, this is so boring. Because it has to set up, like, the whole, like, context because he has to fail a lot of times. So my god, like, it's like a mystery each time, but it's like the mystery is so boring. Because, like, I swear to God, if I have to see him talk to Garfield one more time, like each moment, like, Subaru covers like a small millimeter of progress, and he just redoes it at the same thing. But they were doing with the recent movie. No, I hated the movie, dude. I hated the movie. I thought the movie was the worst. The R3 was trash. I hated it. It was so boring. Like, the plot was just so bad, and the whole point of that movie was to ship C2 and Lelouch together. I will say that definitively, that the only reason that movie exists was just to ship 2 characters. Like, they changed the plot for the movie. Okay, slight spoilers for Code Geass if you haven't seen it yet, but essentially, like, they killed off a character, and I thought it'd be very important in the movies, and not in the movies, in the actual, like, show, and then they decided to retcon it and keep this character alive in the movies, and, like, okay, maybe this character has some sort of purpose in R3. Nope, they do absolutely nothing, and they're just alive and sitting in the background. I'm like, what was the point of keeping you alive then? And if you know, you probably have some idea of who I'm talking about if you've seen the movie and, like, see this character existing. Like, why is she there? I'm not gonna say the name. Okay, I said she, but, like, most people, hopefully most people can, you know. I just, ugh. God damn it. They retcon it. I'm like, and there was, like, literally no reason. Orange share. Okay. Table Kun. And then they gave Table Kun a bunch of screen time, which I most hated character in that series is Table Kun. I hated her. She was easily one of the most annoying pieces of shit ever. And, like, people are like, well, guy, she's, like, blatantly racist. I'm like, why is there sympathy for her? She literally makes a weapon of mass destruction, and people, like, praise her. I'm like, what the fuck? She's a fucking criminal. You know, she was about to murder the entire city because she's crazy. Which show are we talking about? This is Code Geass. Like, the end of R1, she's fucking about to set off an atomic bomb, like a nuke, and then, like, everyone's like, oh, let's just give her a spot in the academic world. Like, You know, and let's not forget that she fucking fapped on a table for Euphemia. She's like literally. But not gonna lie, like there was literally a scene in Mushoku Tensei of like they're banging. Like literally, you see like Roxy, this mage, like fucking I don't know why. You guys will see. You guys will just see it. You'll know. You'll know. Very 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 small spoiler, I guess. It doesn't even matter. But it's like wait a minute. This wasn't even the manga. When her big friend had to be nice and help her on the table reacted by yelling it. But my god. Nina, it's ugh. Most unlikable character ever. Just blatantly like discriminates against like the 11s and just oh my god. But I liked the original. Like this the whole point was like Lelouch fuck. I can't I'll spoil the original series if I said it, but like it had a definitive ending, and you know it was breached the ending. Like, yes, there was some ambiguity going around, but that's the whole point of the mystery. Like, but then all of a sudden, just to make more money, they released this movie and they retcon a bunch of shit, and it's like so bad. It is so bad. I hated it. The execution was like awful. But Code Geass is like one of my favorite anime of all time, and just seeing how they made it is like kind of like a it just feels it's just like a feels bad man. But movie, Code Geass had an R3. Lelouch the Resurrection, and you can watch it, but it's like you have to watch. It's based off the movie plot, which is slightly different from the original anime. But I mostly watch anime like as my shows. Like I don't watch any sort of normie show. I don't watch Mandalorian. I don't watch all the other popular shows like Stranger Things. Like I don't watch any of those normie shows. Only anime. But I'm probably gonna call it here though, guys. Thank you guys for coming. I've been streaming for a while. I'm a little bit tired, so I may go to bed a little bit earlier. So hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and I may stream again tomorrow evening as well on YouTube. So hope you guys enjoy me on there as well, and I'll see you guys later. Peace. Thanks for coming.